Holmes, you're in the van. You passed out. The alarm is going off. You'll freeze to death if we leave you out here.
I know all about those big city women. I know what goes on in those back rooms at nights. A handsome young man with his wallet in his hand can get by on a wink and a smile. I can prey on the urban romantics, weeping haiku of a cafe au lait. I can load up the truck when things start to heat up, and if the waitresses beg me to stay, I'll say, look for my satellite east of the sunrise. You don't understand, ma'am, I'm way too much man for such a silly little life. Listen for bloodhounds west of the sundown. Don't get me wrong, there's things going on out there you and I know nothing about.
We ought to tell like the donkey story and just get it out of the way. Most people don't know the donkey story. Can we cut to that right now? You guys mind if we just veer off Tall Shadows for a second and talk about life on the road during that period? Okay, so we were on our first run through the Western United States. It was after Labor Day because we debuted Invoking Michelangelo before the album came out on stage at a rock festival in Denver on Labor Day. And then we started heading west, and we hit we made it a couple of mountain towns, a couple of ski towns on the way. I know we went out there several times and did that. But then the next stop was Salt Lake City, and from there we had to go to Portland, but we had 2 days to do it. So we went through on the interstate through the Great Basin in Nevada as it was getting dark. And then we turned right at Winnemucca. We made sure the tank was full because looking at the map, there was nothing but a national wildlife refuge. And all the way to the Oregon border, just about. Okay, I think we went to the corner of California. So we're headed northwest through this national wildlife refuge, and I don't remember seeing a light anywhere for 40 or 50 miles other than our headlights. But we saw this sign. Bishop was driving. We saw this sign that said, caution, and it had a picture of a donkey on it.
Right.
And we thought that was the funniest, most absurd thing we had ever seen. Now, we had been far enough north to see the moose signs, and I knew that was too far north for me. But donkey crossings, and not 5 minutes later, a donkey crosses from our right, starts to walk out into the road, and as Bishop starts to swerve at 60 miles an hour or more, another donkey walks out from our left, and he did it like a NASCAR driver. I mean, he threaded the needle between those donkeys. I don't even know if you were awake. I think you were. You certainly were when we started swerving and hollering.
Yeah, I think all I caught was like the lights hitting, a donkey as Bishop was swerving around it. I was half awake. Yeah.
Yeah, I was up in the shotgun seat doing my usual white knuckle. And that when we laughed at the donkey sign, we were wrong.
Right. Don't laugh.
Yeah, if you're driving northwest from Winnemucca, towards the Oregon California border, take that donkey shit seriously.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a lesson from
Take it from us.
old men. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to be clear for the listener, we were not high at the time. So this actually happened. The donkey sign and the donkeys. We did
Yeah.
not make it up.
No, we didn't make it up. We almost hit a bison on the way out of
Remember that?
Yellowstone. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he stayed off the road and we didn't have to swerve too far to keep from grazing him. And I thought it was a boulder. We had just Bishop had just caught that nice rainbow that we've been trying to catch for an hour. You had done a
Right.
great job of cooking it.
Right. Filleted it and cooked it.
And so we were pretty proud of ourselves for having, man catch trout, man cook trout over fire,
Right.
man eat trout, man drive to Big Sky, Montana.
Right. Right.
And we took an 1,100-foot pass after that
Yep. Yep.
up up over and into Montana, and it
It
was
was the
like a
shortest
moonscape.
distance between 2 points on the map, right? We had to go that way.
It was really, I mean, it would have taken us 4 hours to go any other way. And
Right.
that's all there
Right.
was, and so it looked like a moonscape. But when we got down the other side into this little lumberjack town in southwestern Montana, there was a restaurant that specialized in pies.
Yeah.
And I got a slice of blueberry, and a slice of apple or blackberry, maybe. And each of y'all got 2 slices too, because the protein was good from the trout, but that was 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah, right.
We
And we had
we didn't have.
one fish between the three of us.
I
No,
know
no sides.
we had less than a quarter pound of protein each, so it was a taste treat. But
Yeah.
that pie stuck to our ribs. Now that was good.
Yeah. I remember
So
that.
these are some of the things we did on the road back in the day, guys.
Yep. Yep.
These two guys learned how to fly fish, despite my instructions.
Yeah. Now, was that the same? Again, foggy memory. We actually camped one night. Was that the same Yellowstone trip, or was that a different trip? We didn't have a tent or anything. We just had the van. We made a fire, and then we kind of slept in the van somewhere.
Well, I actually remember exactly how it happened. I'm not sure if it's the same trip, but we were at a campsite just off I-70 in Summit County, up around 11,000 feet. We were near, I think we might have been, I don't remember what side of the Great Divide we were on, but we were in the Green River. We camped right by the
The
Green
Green
River.
River. That's right. Yeah.
And I remember I caught about a 18-inch brown, and that's all we caught,
Right.
brown trout. But the gentleman, now you guys did sleep outside. I slept in the van. I just laid my seat back and slept like I do.
Right.
You guys had some sort of setup outside, but none of us heard this. There were nuisance bear signs up, and I had shown y'all the tracks,
Yeah.
all up and down the trails along the river. The guy next to us was in a pickup truck with a camper cover, and he slept on a bed up next to the cab with the windows pulled open between it. Now he locked his camper shell when he got in it, but apparently, now we didn't witness the event, we slept through it. Apparently he left a window down or didn't lock the door in the cab, and he had all his snacks in there. So if he rolled over and he could just reach over into the cab, and grab something to eat. So he woke up with a bear right here that had gotten into the cab with him. And when we got up the next morning, he was gone. And we asked the park rangers where he went. And they said the bear got in the cab of his truck with him and scared the living daylights out of him. I said, kids, lock up your food in the woods.
Yes,
I
yes.
never leave. When I'm at the bunkhouse or any place else out in the wilderness,
Yeah.
I do not leave food on the porch. I do not leave food anywhere. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was maybe ill-advised for Bishop and me to sleep outside in that environment, but it was so nice, and the fire was warm, and the stars were shining, and yeah,
Temperature
we
about
lived.
50 degrees Fahrenheit. It was wonderful,
Yeah,
and you survived.
yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
didn't have any I
No
don't know,
Funyuns
Snickers
or
bars. Yes. Yeah.
those were all gone.
We didn't have any food. We didn't have any damn food.
Right. That requires money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for the listener, I'm going to go into my vault and pull out some old pictures. I think I've got some pictures of at least that camping experience, and the fly fishing. I think I have some pictures of us. I'll try to find those and post those.
That'd be great. I didn't take any I didn't carry a camera. I didn't take pictures. So,
Yeah,
and of course, nobody had cell phones. We had the bag phone, but
that came a little bit later, I think. Yeah.
yeah, and it didn't work anywhere. I mean,
Every once in a while, it would ring while we're driving and nearly make me careen off the road. It's like, what the hell is that? And
and
who could that
it'd be
be?
Reed. It's Reed.
Right. Or Amy Poyman, calling from Racy.
Yeah, yeah.
I think maybe 3 people on the planet had the number beyond our families. So,
Yeah.
all right, all right. So road escapades. That was a nice little detour. You know what?
Don't get me wrong, but there's things going on out there you might want to find out about.
Man catch trout. Man cook trout over fire. Man eat trout. Man drive to Big Sky, Montana.
Right, right.